People think success looks loud. They think it looks like luxury, confidence, and perfect families. But they do not see the truth behind closed doors. They do not see the daughter who was always compared. They do not see the woman who worked in silence. And they do not see the children who paid the price for family pride. For years, I stayed quiet. I let others take credit for my hard work. I let my family believe lies. Until one night changed everything. A dinner, a stolen plate, and a truth that could no longer stay hidden. This is the story of how I stopped being silent. My name is Ariana Cole, and I am 29 years old. That night, I took my two daughters to a fancy restaurant with my parents and my sister. The place looked beautiful. Bright lights, soft music, and expensive food filled the room. My daughters, Lily and Maya, were excited. They rarely got to eat in places like this. I wanted them to feel happy and special. When the food arrived, Lily reached for her plate with a smile. Suddenly, my mother grabbed the plate from in front of my daughters. She said coldly, "This luxury food is not for your kids." My chest tightened. Then my sister laughed and said, "They don't belong in places like this." People nearby started looking at us. My daughters looked down, embarrassed and hurt. I wanted to defend them, but my voice felt stuck in my throat. Before I could speak, the restaurant door opened. A man in a suit walked toward our table. It was my company manager. He looked at my parents and said clearly, "Ariana, your $1 million transaction to your parents has been stopped." The table went silent. And in that moment, I knew everything was about to change. The restaurant felt silent and heavy. My mother stared at the manager like she had seen a ghost. My sister, Vanessa, looked confused and nervous. My mother said sharply, "What do you mean the transaction is stopped?" The manager spoke calmly. "We found unusual activity in the account. The money transfer to your family has been frozen until further review." Everyone at the table slowly turned to look at me. My sister frowned and said, "Ariana, what money?" My hands trembled, but I lifted my head. I took a deep breath and said, "The money I send to support our parents. The money I've been sending for years." My mother opened her mouth, but no words came out. Vanessa whispered, You were the one paying?" I nodded. For years, I had stayed quiet. I let them believe Vanessa was the successful one. I let them treat me like I was nothing. But that night, the truth began to rise. I looked at my daughters, Lily and Maya. Their eyes were wide, but they held my hands tightly. In that moment, I realized something important. I was done staying silent, and this was only the beginning. The table felt tense. No one spoke for a moment. Then my sister Vanessa forced a laugh and said, "This must be a mistake. Ariana is not that important." Her words hurt, but I stayed calm. I looked at my parents and said quietly, "I have been paying your bills, your house, your trips, your lifestyle." My mother frowned and replied, "That's your duty. We raised you." I felt a deep pain in my chest. All my life, I had tried to earn their love. I worked late nights. I sacrificed my peace. And still, I was never enough. I looked at my daughters. They deserved better. They deserved respect. They deserved a mother who would stand up. So I straightened my back and said firmly, "I will not send any more money." My mother gasped. My sister looked shocked. But I felt something new. Strength. For the first time, I chose my children and my self-respect over their approval. And I knew my life was finally changing. My mother's face turned red with anger. "You are being selfish," she snapped, "after everything we've done for you." My sister crossed her arms and said, "You think you're better than us now?" I felt nervous, but I did not back down. I stood up slowly and looked around the restaurant. People were watching. For the first time, I did not feel ashamed. I said calmly, "I am not selfish. I am tired of being used. I worked hard for this life, and my daughters deserve respect." I turned to my girls, Lily and Maya, and held their hands. They looked proud of me. I looked back at my parents and said, "From today on, I choose my children, my peace, and my future." Then I walked away from the table. As we stepped outside, the night air felt lighter. For years, I had carried guilt, fear, and silence. But now, I felt free. This was not the end of my story. It was the beginning of a stronger life. 6 months have passed since that night. My name is Ariana Cole, and I am still 29 years old, but I feel stronger than ever. I no longer send money to my parents. At first, they were angry. They blamed me. But I learned something important. Love should not come with humiliation. My daughters, Lily and Maya, are happier now. They laugh more. They feel proud of me. And I feel proud of myself. I focused on my career, my home, and my peace. I stopped trying to prove my worth to people who never appreciated it. Sometimes I think about that dinner, the plate, the insults, the shock on their faces. But I do not feel pain anymore. I feel freedom, because that night did not break me. It built me.